Chapter 12:19. Faria was very excited when she heard that Alex was going to make a talisman for herself. She didn't know what Alex's amulet was or what kind of effect it had. But she knew that Alex wanted to make this thing for herself, and he wanted to make it by himself. The reason that Master Anderson made it by himself was enough to be grateful. So her eyes were red, and she said gratefully, "Master Anderson, you are so kind to me, you don't know how to repay you." When she said this, Faria's inner monologue was, "If it is possible, I really want to acquiesce by myself, to accompany Master Anderson in this life, and to serve in front of Master Anderson throughout his life. To repay Master Anderson for his kindness." However, in this case, how can she be embarrassed to say such a proud lady of the big family? Alex was very indifferent to this. Because he himself is a person who values love and righteousness and knows the gratitude. Although Faria is not her benefactor, she is her own friend, and she is a trustworthy and heart-to-heart friend. To such friends, he is naturally full of sincerity. What's more, Alex always faintly felt that Faria seemed to have a slightly different meaning to him from ordinary friends. In Alex's heart, he admired Faria's personality and Faria's behavior style. Moreover, he felt that Faria's fate was similar to his own, both of whom were born well, but her parents died young. But her life was a little better than his own, at least she didn't leave the family and fall into another country. It was just because he admired Faria's personality and cherished her love, so Alex wanted to take care of her a little more, and it was a natural feeling in his heart. Faria deliberately didn't drive the car fast, so that she would have more time to be alone in the car with Alex. The Adair's villa and the beacon top where Alex lives are separated by a magnificent Yangtze River. So when Faria drove the car near the Yangtze River bridge, she suddenly turned to look at Alex, her eyes full of expectation, and said, "Master Anderson, if you are not in a hurry to go home, can you accompany me to the riverside for a walk?" Alex nodded and said, "Okay." Faria said with joy, "It's great. I know that there is a place that is very quiet and there are no people to go. We can take a walk on the river beach and blow the wind." With that, Faria drove the car onto a small road along the river. After the car drove out for a kilometer or two, she parked the car on the side of the road and said to Alex, "There is no road to go down here, let's get off here." Alex nodded, opened the door and walked down. The weather is getting colder now, but for him, it has no effect. Faria put on a furry coat. Inside was the noble and elegant evening dress that she wore at the birthday party, and she also held a red Hermes handbag in her hand. A cold wind hit her, and her long flowing hair danced with the wind, and a few strands of blue silk were blowing her face, looking quite charming. There is no front or rear here, no people and no cars. Faria took a deep breath against the wind, and said with a smile, "When I was young, I always liked to be by the river. When I grew up, I got busier and busier and I didn't have time." With that, she said to Alex, "Master Anderson, let's go down."